episode is brought to you by Wix.com. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm sitting here with the incomparable Rednek Fred. What's up, Fred? How you been, man?
Pretty good.
So, you've been doing a lot in the Treasure Valley here lately, especially going to, like, shows and doing your giveaways and whatnot. What upcoming artists coming to the Treasure Valley are you most looking forward to right now?
Well, right now we have Tim and Faith coming on March 25th, and one that I'm really looking forward to is Granger Smith, and he's going to be at the Knitting Factory here in Boise.
Sweet. So, you and I have known each other for, what, a year now?
Just about
a year, and we met at this event that a radio station hosts where they go live for 175 hours to raise awareness for child abuse. Let's hear a little bit of background about why that affects you so much.
So I've had a lot of friends in my life that have encountered some sort of abuse, whether it be physical or neglection, and it's always just something that's really stuck out in my heart.
Yeah. So I want to get down into the grime of it here. You go by Rednek Fred. We all love you. You're like everyone's third favorite redneck.
First favorite.
you drive a Fiat, dude. You explain yourself.
It's a chick magnet. No, I just need one chick, no magnets.
You realize how hard it is to fit two people in that car, and you have a back seat. Like, how the hell are you supposed to fit people into that clown car?
Oh, I'm not trying to take people places.
I know, especially with the way you drive.
Yeah, I might kill him.
What are your thoughts on the Cheeto in charge right now?
Who is the Cheeto? Oh, Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. I'm on that Trump train.
You're on the Trump train? Real excited about that Moab bomb that he's dropping overseas, and Mike Pence going and staring down North Korea.
I haven't really paid much attention to it.
Sounds like...
I just work 14 hours a day and sleep for 5.
Sounds like 98% of the friends that I've talked to recently. Shit. So, as you might have kept up with, you had that dude recently on Easter, which I know you celebrate Easter. Seems to be a big holiday at your house.
What's Easter? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that dude who was driving around on Facebook Live, and he popped that 74-year-old man.
72, I think.
72? And then disappeared. And then today was chased down by police, and then he took his own life. Do you wish that it ended another way, or do you think he got what he deserved?
Well, I think he was a coward. He probably should have... Well, what I wish would have happened is the justice system would have got a hold of me, would have rotted in prison, sat there and thought about everything he did to those people, like the family of the person that he shot for no reason.
Yeah, well, he claimed to have done in at least a dozen more, but there's nothing that they can prove. Like, there's no other open cases that collaborate with his story.
Yeah, he's probably just talking smack, trying to build up his crime, make it seem like a bigger deal.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, when you and I first met way back in the day, you used to train with rodeo, right? Was that what you were doing? Raising horses or some shit like that?
So what we did is we didn't train rodeo horses. We were just training horses that were from a rescue. Like, they were about to get sent to slaughter, and we did that with them. Made them pretty good horses. I had a bomb-proof one named Gracie.
So now you and I are working together for the second time. It's 2 different jobs in the same damn town. There are times that I feel like I get too much time with you.
No, there's no such thing.
It's a very real thing. It's like I was at work yesterday, and all I did was clean up our workspace, and I'm fairly certain you almost had an aneurysm today because I touched your stuff.
I have severe OCD with the way things are placed and where they're at.
And I rearranged everything. Like, I touched all of your shit.
Everything in its place for a reason.
Oh, man.
Even if that reason is just my little bit of sanity.
You have sanity?
Just a little.
What?
Not very much.
What is sanity? Oh man! So you said there's going to be possibly a country music artist coming to your birthday. What's that about?
So I am in the works of getting an artist to come to my birthday. I'm not going to say his name just because he hasn't finalized anything yet. But we're going to do a bonfire out in Nampa and have a stage set up and everything. And it's supposed to be a good time. Hopefully everything comes through.
Right. When is that going to be around?
It'll be the weekend after July 20th.
All right. And then coming up next month, we have possibly that homeless shelter cookout that we're going to be doing at the Interfaith Sanctuary here in downtown Boise. And I know you said you were interested in doing that.
Oh, I love homeless people. Well, helping them.
No, both you and I at some point in one way or another have...
I was homeless last year.
Yeah.
Homeless during Live for 175 last year. Lived in my truck for about a week.
But, at one point or another, you and I have both been in hard spots where we didn't exactly have a house or actual places to live. So, I know that's why I want to go do that. Because, I can walk into that building and I can relate to a lot of the people in there. Like, you walk in, these people are having a hard time with their life. They've lost everything. They have just nowhere to turn. And that was really the difference that I had that they didn't is, like, when I thought I lost everything, I had a place to go. Like, I had people I could turn to that would help me out. And they struggle with so many things. So it's like one more thing we can do to kind of give back to the community. Or at least that's how I feel about it. But jumping, and I know we're jumping topics all over the goddamn place. But when it comes to the child abuse prevention and awareness month, are you going to be participating in Live for 175 again this year?
Oh yeah, I'll be there in the middle of the night when they hand out the best prizes. Don't let them think they hand out the good prizes in the middle of the day. You'll get like the shaker bottles and stuff like they handed out last year. Most of those were handed out in the middle of the night, I think.
Yeah, don't let the radio station ever lie to you. The good prizes are never handed out during the day because there's way too much attention and too many people. If you want real competitive prizes, you go late at night when you're one of 3 people.
Yeah, they kind of have to give it to you then.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this interview down, but it's great to have you on. And I know I have to spend way too much damn time with you, but I'll probably more than likely have you on again at some point and talk about what sort of shenanigans we've been getting into.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so that was my interview with Rednek Fred. He will more than likely be a guest that comes on more and more as I do this podcast. I do see way too much of him. I see him a lot, about 4 or 5 times a week, really. And he's a good friend of mine. He's a solid guy. He's going to be helping me out a lot around the Treasure Valley, doing various projects, as well as I'm going to be helping him with some various projects around the Treasure Valley, possibly doing the occasional giveaways and helping out in the community. So I hope you like the interview. There will be more to come. I'm probably going to be changing this up, doing maybe 1 or 2 interviews a month. My goal is to do 1 a week, but that seems to be moderately unrealistic at the time. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and I will see you again. So that was my interview with Rednek Fred. He will more than likely be a guest that comes on more and more as I do this podcast. I do see way too much of him. I see him a lot, about 4 or 5 times a week, really. And he's a good friend of mine. He's a solid guy. He's going to be helping me out a lot around the Treasure Valley, doing various projects, as well as I'm going to be helping him with some various projects around the Treasure Valley, possibly doing the occasional giveaways and helping out in the community. So I hope you like the interview. There will be more to come. I'm probably going to be changing this up, doing maybe 1 or 2 interviews a month. My goal is to do 1 a week, but that seems to be moderately unrealistic at the time. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and I will see you again.